You know, for some time now, I've been telling all you guys just how fantastic flight simulation is as a hobby. But this hobby, it's not perfect, and it's certainly not for everyone. So today, I want to flip that coin, and I want to show you what I think are the major drawbacks in this flight simulation hobby. And just to be clear, I'm not here to talk you out of it. I just want you to see both sides of the coin. Flight simulation is a massive time sponge. What you might think is a quick little flight just after dinner can quite easily turn into multiple hours of sitting in the same chair, still waiting for that flight to be fully completed. And why? Because it isn't just about the flying. It's about the route planning, setting up the aircraft, tweaking the weather settings, adjusting your views, and hopefully, fingers crossed, all of your peripherals fire up the way that you want them to fire up and actually work, you know, in the plug and play fashion. And that's before you even get off the ground. Now, if you're retired, well, that might sound like a great thing, heaps of time, but it's very easy for this hobby to take over huge chunks of your week. So this first drawback is simple. You get hooked into flight simulation, this hobby will chew up as much time as you want to feed it. Good news here is that you can actually get started relatively cheap. Basic yoke on a desk, reasonable PC or an Xbox or soon to be PlayStation, the sim program itself, and you're pretty well good to go. But here's the trap. Once you're in, that yoke is no longer enough and you start thinking to yourself, maybe I'll just upgrade it. Maybe I'll add some rudder pedals. Maybe a second monitor or a third monitor for full surround. Maybe just one more payware aircraft, just that extra bit of scenery. Oh, and what about some AI, air traffic control, or something like that to add to the immersion? And before you know it, you have spent far more than what you ever planned to, and the wish list continues to grow. And trust me, I've been there. This thing owes me over $35,000. And when I first started out, I was not expecting to pay that much money over time. So you can dip your toe in on a budget, but staying on that budget, that's where this hobby will quietly test that financial discipline. Now, according to my analytics, about 81% of you who watch these videos are not yet subscribed. So if you're looking at these videos and you're still on the fence about flight simulation, well, maybe these videos can help you along that way. So please grab the like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be fully informed every time I bring a video out. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it means the world to me and really does push me along to make more content just like this for you and the community. Let's get back into it. Alright, don't just look at my setup. When you see other simmers online as well, you are going to see some pretty incredible setups. I'm talking full cockpit builds, multiple projectors, force feedback systems, motion control, the works. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong in admiring it. In fact, I get equipment envy all the time. But you've got to be careful because it can make your perfectly good setup feel like it's just not good enough. And the reality is that sometimes can be a shame because trust me, and any other sim builder that's built a full panel like this and all the other peripherals around it will agree. The more stuff you bolt on, the more chance there are of things going wrong because it is not plug and play. Trust me, I've been there a million times. So if you're already in this hobby or you are coming into this hobby, do yourself a favor and draw that line and say with your setup, you know what, this is enough for me. I'm comfortable with this. I get what I want out of the hobby. I love it, and I can continue to look at other people's setup and engage along the way. Don't know about you, but as we get older, things start to change dramatically on a physical level. Long sessions staring at a computer screen or monitors or PFDs and MFDs can get quite taxing on the eyes. And after a few hours in this environment, my eyes have just about had enough. And that tiny text on the glass cockpit here or on some of your gauges can be really hard to read, especially late at night. Oh, and for all of us over 50s, let's be honest with ourselves here. Sitting in the same chair for multiple hours on end does not do your neck, back, and certainly backside any good, particularly if your chair or your ergonomics is not ideal. So, pro tip from me, invest in a decent chair and make sure that ergonomics is set up well. It'll do you wonders. And in your flights, like I've said before, get up and move. Now, of course, none of this is an absolute deal breaker, but it is reality. You got to think about your ergonomics, you're sitting down, taking those well-rested breaks, and really doing what your body is going to allow you to do. If anyone tells you that flight simulators like this or other complex systems are easy and plug and play, do yourself a favour, run the other way. Because trust me, after years of building and tinkering and so on, this hobby is far from plug and play. And if you like that sort of stuff, where you like problem solving and tinkering, well, you are definitely in the right hobby, because that's exactly what this will do. If it's not the Windows updates being thrown at you, there's always software changes, hardware glitches, things that just conflict, and it sometimes takes you hours to figure it out. Not minutes, hours. So you hop into your simulator and you're looking forward to that flight, you fire it all up, and guess what? You spend the next 45 minutes troubleshooting as to why your sim is not running, or why is it stuttering? Why am I slow? Why is this peripheral not working? Why are my aircraft not loading? Why is this controller not calibrating? It all comes with the territory. So if you find computers at their core frustrating at times, well then this hobby with all of these peripherals is really going to test your patience. There's the flip side, and what I think are the major drawbacks of this flight simulation hobby. The time investment, the cost, equipment envy, those physical demands, and the technical frustrations and headaches that you are definitely going to encounter. So if you're still watching and thinking to yourself, yeah, well, I can deal with all of that, then great. You are definitely in the right hobby, and I would say go for it. But for me personally, with all those downsides that I've talked to, I wouldn't change it for a heartbeat. I absolutely love this hobby and everything goes with it. From the technical frustrations to the sheer immersion of flying, the joy of learning something new all the time. And to me, it more than makes up for all those frustrations. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. What's your biggest frustration? And if you're not in the hobby yet, then what is holding you back? Well, thanks again for watching. I've really enjoyed making the video. If you haven't yet subscribed, do me that favor, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to smash the like, because that's the algorithm thing doing its thing again. It'll push it all out. And I look forward to catching up with you guys on the next one.